exotic world.
We often think of sadness as a negative emotion. It can be associated with loss, disappointment, and pain. These feelings can be overwhelming and difficult to manage. However, we also find ourselves drawn to experiences that evoke sadness. This attraction to sadness is intriguing and somewhat mysterious. Think about a time when you listened to a sad song or watched a tearjerker movie. These moments often resonate deeply with us. Did you enjoy it? If so, you've experienced the paradox of pleasurable sadness. This paradox is puzzling and fascinating. Why do we seek out things that make us feel sad? What is it about these experiences that we find so compelling? There's no simple answer, but scientists and philosophers have been exploring this question for centuries. They have delved into the human psyche to uncover the reasons behind this phenomenon. This essay will explore the concept of pleasurable sadness. We will delve into the intricacies of this emotional paradox. We'll look at historical theories and modern research to understand why we find enjoyment in sadness. These insights will shed light on our complex emotional landscape. We'll also examine the role of hormones like prolactin and the idea of catharsis. These biological and psychological factors play a significant role in how we process and experience sadness. Historically, philosophers and artists have recognized the power of sadness to evoke strong emotions. This profound emotion has been a central theme in various forms of art, from literature to visual arts and even in music. Greek philosopher Aristotle believed tragedy could purge negative emotions through catharsis. He argued that by engaging with tragic stories, individuals could confront their own sorrows and emerge emotionally cleansed. He suggested that watching tragic plays allowed audiences to experience and release their sadness in a safe space. This communal experience of shared sorrow could foster a sense of connection and understanding among viewers. However, earlier theories about the pleasure derived from sadness in art often focused on indirect explanations. Philosophers and scholars have long debated why we are drawn to sad art and how it affects us. One such theory is the being moved theory. This theory posits that sadness intensifies our emotional experience, leading to a greater sense of being moved by the art, which we then interpret as enjoyment. This theory suggests that sadness intensifies our emotional experience, leading to a greater sense of being moved by the art, which we then interpret as enjoyment. The emotional depth provided by sadness can make the experience of art more profound and memorable. These theories suggest that we don't enjoy sadness directly. Instead, we appreciate the complex emotional landscape it creates, which can include feelings of empathy, reflection, and even a bittersweet sense of beauty. Instead, we enjoy the other emotions that sadness brings along, like being moved or feeling nostalgic. These emotions can provide a sense of connection to our own experiences and to the shared human condition, making the encounter with sad art a deeply enriching experience. Recent studies challenge the idea that our enjoyment of sadness is indirect. A 2024 study found that removing sadness from music actually decreased enjoyment for 82% of participants. This suggests a direct link between sadness and pleasure, at least when it comes to music. Professor Emery Schubert, a leading researcher in music psychology, commented on these findings. It's paradoxical to think you could enjoy something that makes you feel a negative emotion. But this research shows the first empirical evidence that sadness can positively affect the enjoyment of music directly. This research suggests that sadness itself, rather than just its byproducts, can contribute to our enjoyment of art. Section 4. Prolactin and comfort, a possible explanation. One possible explanation for why we enjoy sadness relates to the hormone prolactin. Prolactin is often associated with comfort, relaxation, and bonding. It is released in response to various stimuli, including breastfeeding and physical touch. Some researchers believe that listening to sad music may trigger the release of prolactin. This could explain why we find comfort and even pleasure in sad music. The feeling of being emotionally moved by a sad song might be linked to the release of prolactin, creating a sense of well-being. This theory suggests that our biology might be wired to find solace in sadness, turning it into a source of comfort rather than distress. Section 5. Catharsis, emotional release through art. Another explanation for pleasurable sadness comes from the concept of catharsis. Catharsis refers to the idea of purging negative emotions through art. When we engage with sad art forms, we allow ourselves to experience and process our own sadness in a safe and controlled environment. This can be incredibly therapeutic. By accessing and releasing pent-up emotions, we can achieve a sense of emotional balance and well-being. This might explain why people often feel better after crying during a sad movie. Catharsis allows us to confront our sadness without real-world consequences, making it a potentially healthy and even enjoyable experience. Section 6. The beauty of melancholy. Finding meaning in sadness. Beyond the physiological and psychological explanations, there's also a certain beauty to be found in melancholy. It is an emotion that, while often associated with pain and sorrow, can also bring a profound sense of depth and reflection. Sadness can connect us to our own humanity and empathy for others. It allows us to feel the pain of another, to understand their struggles, and to offer genuine compassion and support. It reminds us of the preciousness of life and the inevitability of loss. These moments of sadness can make us appreciate the fleeting nature of our existence and the importance of cherishing every moment. By embracing sadness, we open ourselves up to a wider range of emotions and experiences. This acceptance allows us to live more fully, experiencing the highs and lows that make life rich and meaningful. We develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Through sadness, we can gain insights into our own desires, fears, and motivations, leading to greater self-awareness. This can lead to personal growth, increased empathy, and a greater appreciation for the full spectrum of human emotions. It is through these experiences that we become more resilient and capable of facing life's challenges. The beauty of melancholy lies in its ability to connect us to something larger than ourselves, fostering a sense of shared human experience. It is a reminder that we are not alone in our struggles and that there is a collective strength in our shared vulnerabilities. Section 7. Conclusion. The enduring appeal of sadness. The paradox of pleasurable sadness reminds us that human emotions are complex and often contradictory. Sadness, often viewed as an unwelcome guest, can also be a source of comfort, connection, and even joy. Through art, music, and other forms of expression, we can explore the depths of our emotions and find beauty in unexpected places. So the next time you find yourself reaching for that sad song or tearjerker movie, remember that it's okay to embrace the melancholy. You might be surprised by the comfort and insight you find within.